Good morning. Mike Scott here, the movie critic at the Times-Picayune in New Orleans and NOLA.com. Welcome back to the Movie Cave for today's popcorn breakfast. Today is Wednesday, October 1st, 2014. Happy October to you. And we'll start today with some Twilight news. And I bet you thought Twilight was dead and buried from a film standpoint since they made movies out of all the books, but not so fast. Lionsgate announced a partnership yesterday with Facebook to premiere 5 Twilight short films, all focusing on different characters from the Twilight universe, as yet unnamed characters from the Twilight universe, and they're all going to debut on Facebook. But that's not the most interesting part of this. The more interesting part is that the whole thing is going to double as a women in film mentorship program. The directors who are going to make each of those 5 films are going to be chosen by a celebrity-studded panel that includes the likes of Twilight actress Kristen Stewart, as well as actresses Octavia Spencer and Kate Winslet, Frozen co-director Jennifer Lee, Catherine Hardwicke, the director behind the first Twilight film, Modern Family's Julie Bowen. They'll all serve on this committee that's going to pick the directors as well as mentor them through the filmmaking process. Fans will then be able to vote on the eventual winner, on which short film is the best. The winner, of course, will get some prizes as well as a major career boost. No word yet on exactly, specifically when these things are going to debut online, but it's going to be at some point in 2015. And then speaking of alternative venues for movie exhibition, yesterday we talked a little bit about how Netflix announced a partnership with the Weinstein Company to debut the sequel to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon on its online streaming service on the same day that it lands in theaters. Well, you had to believe that theaters were going to have something to say about that. The pushback started really quickly after that announcement. That partnership between Netflix and the Weinstein Company was announced. It started with Regal Theaters, which owns a theater in Covington as well as in Baton Rouge, announcing they're going to have nothing to do with it. Because their thinking being, we don't do home video. If it lands on Netflix, it's home video, so we want nothing to do with it. They were quickly joined by the number 2 sized theater chain in the country, AMC, which runs more theaters in New Orleans than anybody else, as well as 2 theaters in Baton Rouge. They're not going to show it. Other theater chains joined in the boycott, which is really what it is. For its part, Netflix says it's still planning on doing it. It hasn't backed down, and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Green Legend is due in theaters on August 28th, 2015. And then finally today, hey, they did it with Battleship, they did it with Transformers, they've done it with any number of other toys that have made the jump to the big screen, so why not Tetris, the venerable video game featuring geometric shapes that players have to kind of fit together? It's going to apparently be a movie. This according to Threshold Entertainment, an independent production company. They haven't announced a director or cast yet, but they say they've got a script in place for a major sci-fi epic. They point out that it's not just going to be a movie featuring geometric shapes with legs running around. And it's interesting to note that the CEO of Threshold is Larry Kazanoff, who's also responsible for bringing the Mortal Kombat video game series to the big screen back in the day. No word yet on when Tetris is going to land on the big screen, but we'll bring you more on that as it develops. And that's all the time that I have for today. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.